Question 1. A company makes snowboards that retail at $1,250. The company offers chain discounts of 30% and 5% to its retailers. Calculate the price a retailer would pay for the snowboards. Why are there multiple discounts? Sometimes that's everybody gets 30% and 5% is for clients who pay on time or clients who have a long relationship. There's many reasons to have a chained discount. The price that the consumer would pay is called the list price. Here it's $1,250. Our cost is going to be our list times 1 minus the discount 1 minus discount 2. And all we have to do is put our numbers in there. Our list price is $1,250, 1 minus 0.30, and 1 minus 0.05. I'm going to simplify that before I put that in a calculator, just because it's easier to put in a calculator when we simplify it a little bit. Running that through, we end up with $831.25. That's what a retailer is going to pay, even though the consumers are going to pay a lot more for their snowboard. A good question to ask is what single discount or single equivalent discount is equivalent to these two discounts? That's a lot of words. What that means is instead of saying 30% and 5%, we could just say one number like 38% or 40%. One thing to remember from before, we know it isn't 30% plus 5% equals 35%. That's definitely not going to be the answer. Let's put an X right through that. But we're going to still use two different methods. So method 1, we're going to take the old price and the new price as a proportion. So we take the new price or the cost over the old price or the list and look at them as a proportion. So I've got $831.25 divided by the list price of $12.50. And when I put those together, I have 0.665. That means that we paid 66.5% of list. Or we had a discount of 1 minus 0.665 equals 33.5%. Let's just scroll down a little bit more. Now let's try another method. Either of these works. There's more methods even than I'm saying. That's one of the things with the algebra, but whatever method you're using, you want it to work. I'm going to take the price and I'm going to put it on both sides of my equation. Then I'm going to use a different color and you'll see why. Price times 1 minus our discount. I'm going to call our single discount X because X often stands for unknown. It's the same as price 1 minus 0.30, 1 minus 0.05. Let's just erase that. Because we have price on both sides and our price is non-zero, we can just cancel those numbers out. So now I have 1 minus X equals 0.7, 0.05. Sorry, 95. I multiply this through and I get 1 minus X equals 0.665. That's familiar, which means X equals 0.335 or 33.5%. Notice that both methods are giving us the same answer. This one is more algebra, and this one uses the numbers you already know. Now let's look at what the percent markup is to the retailers. Well, this is something that we know how to do. Percent markup equals profit over cost. I know that the sales price or list price is $12.50. The cost is going to be $831.25, which means that my gross profit per item must be $418.75. When I put this together, let's change colors because why not? I end up with $418.75 over $831.25, which gives me 50.38% markup. A nice, healthy markup. Now, Part D. Due to a slowdown in sales, the manufacturer would like to increase the total discount given to its retailers to 40%. What additional discount must they offer? This is asking us to find one more discount, D, so that I can come up with this equation. I'm going to say $12.50, 1 minus 0.30, 1 minus 0.05, 1 minus D, and I don't know what D is equal to, right in that $12.50 again, 1 minus 0.40. Once we have it written out this way, there's lots of ways we can solve it. I like to observe that that $12.50 is the same on both sides, so I don't actually need to know what that is. I also know what 1 minus 0.3 and 1 minus 0.05 is. That is the same as 1 minus 0.335 because we've done that. 1 minus D equals 1 minus 0.4 is 0.60. So now I can divide both sides by 1 minus 0.335. And that's just 0.665. We know that, and we end up with D equals 1 minus 0.9023, or the discount is 9.77%. 3 discounts, 30%, 5%, 9.77%. When I add them together and chain them properly, that is the same as 40%. Just one note on these videos. I'm not as amazing as at arithmetic as it looks like. I pause these videos to use my calculator, and I encourage you to do the same. Get out your calculator and use it to compute as you go along.